Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for September 12th through the 18th, 2016. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and just really become aware of your alignment and your connection to your higher consciousness, your inner being, and allow this connection to sort of feed you with insights. Just allow yourself to be immersed in the messages. They're giving me a sense that there's going to be a lot of information that will be coming through for you in this week. And so they really want you to make it your priority this week to really take time. They're showing me a rose. To take the time to smell the roses is what they're saying in your life. To take the time to really be connected, to be fully conscious or aware of each moment. So you really want to allow yourself to just be an observer of what's happening and be an observer of the love they're writing out that's occurring around you, as this is helping you to connect in with those messages and to find the alignment, okay, with the guidance. So they're really wanting to help you to get clear guidance in this week, and they're trying to help you to take steps to so that you can come into alignment with the things that you want. Okay, so they're going to help you, and they're going to reveal those steps to you in order to help you to find alignment. But what they need you to do is to trust. And what they also need you to do is to know that you're safe. Have courage and follow the guidance that you receive. Don't worry about being right or wrong, because when you're doing that, you're only using that. When you're worried about being right or wrong, or if you're going to fail or succeed, you're no longer connected to the guidance of your Holy Spirit. What you're doing is you're using the guidance outside of yourself. It's like when you step out of your own lane and you look in someone else's lane, and when you look in their lane, you see their perceptions of what you're doing. And of course, they're not going to completely understand what you're doing because it's not what they should be doing. You see, so you really don't want to rely on or make it a habit of looking outside of your own lane, outside of your own heart's guidance, because that's what creates the fear. That's what creates the lack. Because when you look outside of yourself and you look through the perspective of what you're observing, you're going to see lack or begin to perceive that you are lacking something. And so it's sort of a domino effect, they're saying. And it causes you to begin to doubt the steps you're taking. And so then you become almost sort of timid in how you execute the wisdom that you receive through your guidance. So when you receive information or guidance, first of all, be open to all kinds of possibilities beyond what you think you know and understand. Accept that this is what you got from it, but then leave it a little bit open and say to yourself, let's see what else this means as well. So just be curious about the information. And as you do this, you take off that pressure and you allow it to become, you allow it to show, reveal itself to you, to explain itself to you further. And that can only happen when you're relaxed. You can get more of the information. So don't, in that moment, whatever you get from your guidance, and they're talking about, this is how you keep your heart healthy and open and clear, so that you can hear your voice, your inner being's voice, and the love that it's trying to communicate to you. So as you go throughout the day, just keep an open mind about what that means. What you receive in that moment, just put it down, write it down, and leave it alone. Don't think about it again. And just say, okay, let's see what else this is going to mean today. Let's just have fun with this and see how these messages, what are all the different ways that they're connecting with other things. Because I guarantee you, it comes through in a simple way, but it's connecting to other things as well. So don't just restrict the one thing that you receive. Let it blossom for you, okay, throughout the day or throughout the week. Just trust that when you're really ready to know, you'll know what to do. So don't worry about, what should I do right now? Because you feel like you're not sure, because all you're doing is amplifying your fear, and then you end up getting more instances throughout the day or the week where you keep that feeling of struggling with knowing what's right for you to do will just increase, because the law of attraction is just that perfect in its operation. So you have to work with this law. And so you do this by not putting pressure on anything. It's very difficult to do readings for yourself. And so you have to have a curiosity and be open. Let's see what else this is going to mean. Just say, okay, that's interesting. And then move on and say, let's see what else it's going to mean as the week goes along. And let it, that moment, it'll come so clear to you when you do that. You don't have to push for it. It's gonna find you and make it all clear. And then you'll feel comfortable doing what you need to do. All right? Let's see. So they really are giving me a sense about just, so this is like, they're showing me the third eye, and it looked like it was in a clear, almost like a clear container, like a tray or some kind of, and then they were showing me the tree behind it. And so there's this sense of, with this water, it was filled with water, this clear glass, and the third eye, there's a sense of something, clarity that's going to come through your emotions. This clarity is going to really connect you to your higher consciousness. So just be open in this week and aware, and pay attention to how clear your energy, your emotions are becoming. So they're going to be a real form of true divine guidance for you. And they wrote over. So something is going to be clearing, something emotional is going to be clearing for you. And then all of a sudden you're just going to have just a tremendous amount of clarity that's just going to shift how you see things. So they're showing me a mushroom, which means, you're going to be seeing things through abundance. So your whole outlook is just going to shift somehow. Okay, so just give it some time and be patient with yourself. And they just want you, they wrote the word save, so they want you to write these things down, and also get a sense that these are things that are going to be permanent changes, like the universe is saving, like it's saving a document. So it's going to be saving these changes on your soul's operating system. So these are going to be some new shifts in your emotional, the word I'm looking for, but field or energy is going to shift. All right, so let's take a look at the card for from the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, see, this is interesting. Why I was talking about all this, about this knowing, because this card here with Archangel Uriel, it, this is the card. First of all, reminds me of because he is like the teacher, like the hermit card, right, in the tarot, and so, uh, in this card, when I get this card, it was always frustrating for me because it says you know what to do, and I would go, I don't. That's why I'm asking, but that's the whole point. And you haven't had this card for a while, but if you spend your time saying I don't know, when you see something, so you get a message or you get some kind of sense and you have a feeling, and then all of a sudden you say to yourself, was that right? You start doubting it, you question it, and then it just all of a sudden you start to feel less and less like you know what you knew. And this whole thing is just, it's the law of attraction responding to your emotional reaction to the guidance, which is at that moment you allowed it in, and then you start to disallow it, and you start to have resistance, and you start to activate it. So saying I don't know, I wonder what to do, and you have this question in your heart after received something very clearly, and then you create this question. Now all you're going to start doing is attracting the question. And so in this card, instead of him saying I'm telling you what to do, he's putting it back in your corner, because that's the only way it's going to get through, because it did. And so you have to stop saying I don't know. What I do personally is, if sometimes they do this with me a lot, they'll write something out for an example of word, and sometimes all the letters are not clear, like they're fading out, but I know what I saw. And so they do this with me to help. It's like a practice wherein I learned to say, okay, I know what I saw, so I'm just going to go with it. And then I say to myself, well, if I'm not quite clear, I know what I saw, but I'm also just going to start talking if I'm talking to a client. And then as I'm talking, it just becomes clear. Like, even if I don't see it clearly, I all of a sudden have this knowing of it clearly what it was. And all these other things that just come out of it, like it's like a vortex for just so much, a whole vast amount of information. So this is what Archangel Uriel wants you to do. He wants you, as the card says, to trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. He's telling you that you can trust yourself, that you can trust what you know. You can trust the guidance you've received. You can trust he's writing out a love relationship. So if this is someone who, there's two things about this love. So first thing is, if there's someone that you've met and that you feel that there's a match between you, this is something you can trust. He's also showing me that if it's something that you love, a passion, he wrote a musical note, and of course, music is my background. So he's saying if it's something like that, something in your life, a talent or a gift, something that you know you're passionate about, something that you love, and you were thinking of pursuing that, he's saying, this is what you need to be doing. So go for it. Okay, trust these things. Okay, so a lot of things are going to be coming to you in this week, and probably have been coming to you already as well. But trust it. He's just giving you the go ahead. He's saying you are right. He's writing this out right in front of my eyes. You're right. Okay. So this is also for somebody who has felt strongly. I get a sense like somebody's told you no, and you knew this was right, or it's like you had the sense that something was going to happen, and he's saying you're right. Okay, so go for it. Do what you know is best. So if it's a decision that you were going to make about something with a product, and you knew that this was the best way to execute this, he's saying you're right. Don't worry about what everybody else was saying. You're right. They don't get it right now. Do it that way, and then they're going to get it. Okay, so trust yourself in this week. All right, you're right. Just remember that. in this week. You're right. Don't doubt yourself. All right, so let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And he keeps writing the word fourth. Okay, so here, a perfect example. Don't know what it means, but it may mean something to some of you. It may come up a little bit later, but he's writing it out in word, fourth. So, pay attention to something, maybe October 4th, or a date that's on the 4th of something, okay? This may resonate with some of you about something in particular, maybe a deadline or something that's going to occur, and in terms of you, and he's writing looking, so something maybe you're looking for, or you've been looking at, all right, and maybe something's going to come up about on that date, and maybe that you're thinking about doing something on the 4th, or holding something on the 4th. Okay, so, but I'll just leave that up to you. But he's saying there are no limits here, okay? So you'll find what you want. All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Okay, and so we have the Queen of Summer, and the suit in the fairy tarot for summer is cups, or water. And so this is, the Queen of Cups is someone who's empathic, who's very nurturing, who, really is in touch with her feelings, and how she connects to everything in her life is through her feelings. She knows how to nurture. She knows how to, she's very receptive. So her feelings are like, she's like a sponge, and she absorbs a lot of what's going on. And it's not only that she's just absorbing it, but she's also processing it. So she's someone that people can really come to when they lack an understanding of their own emotions, maybe because they're just too much in their head. But the Queen of Summer she's never, in her head. She's always very much coming from the heart and heart-centered. So, this is something about you trusting your heart, trusting how you feel, trusting your instincts, and also they're giving me the sense that they want you to focus in a way this week, and that you nurture something that you're very passionate about, something that you love, something that's for you, actually. All right, they really want you to really nurture that. The card says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. So this is one of her little downfalls. So make sure that you don't, they're giving me a sense that while you're trying to, you have this there's going to be this momentum for you in this week where you're going to really feel like you really want to just dive in, okay? So for the water sign. So like you really want to dive into something for yourself, and you really have carved out in your energy, the time, you put it in your mind, you're going to make it this your priority. Your heart is radiating with joy, and it's gathering all sorts of ideas, and just feeling so connected to this opportunity. But they're saying that you have to be careful that you don't, they're writing the word pause. They said you like to put the pause button. They're showing me the movie screen again. And so they want you to get this huge picture here, that you often put the pause button on because somebody else comes up and they're writing Archangel Raphael because you're like a healer, and somebody else needs you, and then you press pause on something that's dear to your heart. And as the Queen of Summer, you can't do that too much and expect to be a happy queen, okay? So, the Queen of Love should be always in this blissful state, right? Where she's always fulfilled because she knows how to listen to her heart. I mean, her heart's very clear to her. But if you keep ignoring your heart because of all the other hearts, I want to say bleeding hearts, but around you who need, oh poor me, help me, help me, help me, and then you put your own heart to the side, then you're not gonna be, the queen of love, this happy, fulfilled queen. You're gonna be this drained, washed out, and resentful. And boy, that's not a good energy to have in your heart. So they really want you to be mindful and follow your own heart. Don't listen to your heart. Don't let somebody else's voice be louder than yours. Don't let their needs be louder than your own need. Don't let their priority become louder than the priority of your heart that's ready to dive into something very important, something that you've been really wanting to get moving on for a very long time. You've already had the ideas, you've already got the plan, but you just haven't done anything with it yet because you keep getting interrupted because you're like you're this healer that just loves to heal, and it's almost like you love the idea of healing because it gives you a lot of you get the attention you get from it, the praise, but now you need praise. You need praise that you can get from your inner life. You need to feel successful. You need to feel like you're accomplishing something for you. This is something you've been seeking, so please do this. And they really went in depth about this for you. So I feel like this card is really going to play out through the whole week, and probably something you should pay attention to for quite some time. Okay? And so right away with this card, it's all about being in a place of advantage when I see this Seven of Spring or the Seven of Wands. Okay? And she's got that bow and arrow there. Reminds you of the goddess Artemis. So you've got to be, or Diana, you have to be the one focused here. Okay? So the card says, be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So in this sense, this is going with the queen. You're not in a war or anything like that, or I'm not getting a sense about arguments, but what I'm getting a sense is that focus. Okay? And you're feeling like you're struggling because you never follow through. Something distracts you, and so it's like all those other things are pulling at you, and you feel like you're having to fight them off. And that you have sometimes you because as a Queen of Heart, you love to be you love to love, but there are times when you have to learn to be assertive. You have to learn to be give that tough love and say, like Archangel Uriel, hey, you know what to do. Go figure it out. Explore. Have fun. But give yourself this gift to trust yourself, to trust your own knowledge. You can't help everybody by telling them what to do, and because they're just dependent on you, they're not thinking for themselves. And you need that time to focus on your own passions. Okay? So in the middle of the week, as you can see here, it's coming. So I'm getting a sense, beginning of the week, you're going to be like in this great place. All these intuitive ideas and insights are coming through. And it's not going to hit you at the beginning of the week. In the middle of the week, bam, all of a sudden, there's going to be this competing for your time. And you're going to have to be assertive. Like, there's going to be these disruptions. You're going to feel like you're being challenged. And you're going to have to, they're writing, okay, but they wrote luck and then they wrote lock, so my sense was locked down. But you're gonna have to lock the door, not literally, but you're gonna have to be like, okay, done. I'm closing myself off, and I'm focusing here. All right, and just say I'm not, these are my office. I'm not available during these hours. Put the sign on the door. I will be available in 2 hours. I'll have a break. Put your schedule on the door, and I know since it's hard for you, then let people know when you're free to be available to them. Okay, you can do that verbally, like, okay, I don't have time now, but have time then. See, if you don't plan it out before you go to work or wherever it is that this kind of happens for you, and the people all of a sudden, just if it's at home, plan out, these are my free times to deal with people. Don't worry about the time you're going to do stuff, but have the free times and say, if you need me, you can reach me then. Okay, but that's just some ways to be assertive in a loving way. So you're taking care of yourself, and you're also enabling them, because let them figure it out. That by the time the free time comes around, they may not even need you. But if you are always available, they're going to always need you. So they're saying, speak up. Okay, this is also for somebody who's trying to write a book. All right, you're never going to get it done unless you do this. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And we have the Three of Autumn. And I love this card because this card, here you see him working. Okay, so this is already saying that by the end of the week, you're gonna sort this stuff out. Either you're gonna know what you want to do, you're gonna get everybody else out of your way, and you're gonna be able to get busy. You're gonna get started. So you're gonna get a good start, because this is the first tetra of the suit of the 10 cards. And so you're going to get a good start. You're going to get off to a good start. You're going to really be, honing your craft, really carving out some of the details, some of the initial stages. We can't see quite where this is going. It looks like he's repairing something, but I bet he's really building something here. It looks like a wing, but he may be repairing it. But whatever you're doing, you're going to finally get a chance to get started. If it's a repair, there's some things that you need to do for yourself, some last minute things, you're going to finally get a chance to do that. Or if you're going to be starting something, you're going to finally get a chance to start it. So this card is just showing you, wherever you are in the stage of what you've been doing, you're going to get back to that. You're going to get focused on that. And the card message says, follow your passions when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do. Being compensated for your creative ideas. And that's true. It's like, if you don't get started, you'll never get the compensation, right? So, this is saying that what your heart is guiding you to, leading you to do, and is giving you all the ideas and communicating to you effectively, that's the answer to your prayer. You're praying for, financial abundance. This is the suit of pentacles, or earth, but you haven't had a chance to get started. You're having to fend off people who always taking up your time. You are always getting confused, and about what you want to do, because you lose sort of connection with your heart. And the thing is, you love doing this, but you also want to make money. You want to improve your finances, but you gotta make time. So this week, take things into control for yourself. Stop saying, I don't know what to do, when you already been given something. Get started. You feel better once you get started. You're not going to feel anything until you get into your work, into your heart's work. That's what they're trying to say. Okay? You're not going to feel better. The lack is still going to get even more intense. You're going to get more worried until you get started. But then, that's easier said than done, right? You got to cut those cords. See, that's the Queen of Summer. She's extreme mother. Cut those cords. Let people go. Let your children go, meaning these people who are not even, your children, but they kind of look to you like a mother figure, a father figure, someone nurturing, and let them go. And this is for men as well, because there's a lot of men who are nurturing, who are like mother figures. Let you cut those strings, okay? Let them grow up. All right. So let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the deck. And we have the moon card here. So this is telling us what's going on underneath. So this means in this week, sort of what we were seeing, those symbols with the water and the third eye and the, okay, so all of this is going to be about strong intuition, strong revelations coming up for you in this week, epiphanies, right? They said this emotional clearing is going to happen for you. So this card is really clarifying that even further. It says letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. So as the truth comes up very clearly, as your intuition reveals to you what's going on, you're going to be able to let go even better, because you're going to see the opportunities in things for you. The only reason we get stuck in the mud is because we keep trying to, we keep rehashing it. But all of a sudden, you're going to get this clarity, and you're going to be focused on the abundance, and you're just going to start moving towards that. All right? So I send you lots and lots of love and angel blessings. And thank you for joining us. Loved reading all of your comments on Facebook, and as well as here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do so. Like and share. If you haven't been to our daily card messages, where I write Monday through Friday on my Facebook fan page, go to that page, which you can find in the description link below, and join us there. Like it so that you can get the updates as they come out. Also through Twitter, you can get the updates. Somebody asked me about Instagram. I have to figure that out a little bit with the daily card messages. But also, if you would like an angel reading, and you can contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. There's also another program where if you want to work on your own guidance in a 10-week program, and you get one of them for free if you pay for all 10 sessions together, and it's about an hour. So check that out on my website. It's the Divine Roadmap course. So have a beautiful week and enjoy what your heart is offering to you this week, and don't let anything else get in your way. All right, so make your heart goals your priority this week, and I send you lots of blessings and love from the angels and from God and from my own heart. See you next week. Bye bye.